This is a video I was hoping not to make, but as you know, I quit my job to become a film composer. And before my career have even lifted off, AI can suddenly produce music way faster than I can. So what to do? Should I quit? Well, I think we are in for a hell of a ride. And my prediction is we are fine. And we're doomed. So I think it's best not to panic and act on emotion and on fear. I think it's better to break down systematically what this shift might actually mean for us. And I would break this down, musically, economically, and culturally. And ultimately, I will also delve a bit into how to use AI. So first of all, let's talk what it means musically. And I mean, this is the good news. Nothing will stop us from making music, playing music, writing music, producing music. Just because AI can do it faster, I mean, that means nothing. If you are a musician of any sort, you are used to being outperformed by others. That's nothing new. I have seen a lot of people online talk about a true artist always persists and a true artist always, creates. And while that is true, it's also, practically, that's where it might hurt because, music is my job. It's what I do every day. I have always worked with music. It's the only thing I'm trained to do. It's the only thing I really know how to do. If I had another job, a day job, I can't really see how I'm gonna, come home in the afternoon, pick up my kid from daycare, cook dinner, do laundry, clean the house, put the kid to bed. Suddenly it's 9 o'clock and you have 1 hour before you need to go to bed in order to get up at 6 and repeat the whole cycle. Music can be kind of a time-consuming hobby, so I think the limitations are more in time than in skill or whatever. But basically, musically, no worries. Keep writing, keep playing, keep creating. Anyone who picks up a musical instrument, have the potential to form a lifelong, really fulfilling relationship with music. So, what does it mean economically? And I think this is where it gets really interesting. There are a number of ways to get paid in music. Of course, you can perform music, and that's what most of my money comes from. And at this point, AI cannot play live. So live performance is not threatened in any way. I can see the interest in live performance both increasing, because we will be surrounded with so much recorded media that's AI generated. But I can also see it decreasing as we have more of a detached relationship to the creation of music. So live performance can go either way, but it's not inherently threatened. AI will not replace live performance. And then of course you can get paid to write music, and that's what I am trying to pivot my career towards. To get commissions for music in film, television, games, media, advertising. And this, of course, is more of a risky endeavor, I would say. The threats are more obvious, but at the same time, the collaboration between filmmaker and composer is really valuable. A good composer doesn't only, write whatever music you desire. A good composer is a creative partner. Experienced film composers have read tons of scripts, first drafts to final drafts. They have watched so many rough cuts, fine cuts, locked cuts. They are experienced in forming stories and relating to stories. And if you have a good collaboration, you make decisions together. The last project I did, I had the filmmakers right here in this studio. They sat here in this very couch. And we moved faders together in the mixer. We moved MIDI together to like create the music together. I am the composer, I'm the one who puts together the music, but they were here to be involved in the process, to have a collaboration on what the music should do and sound like. And that's why I think there is no like long-term risk that that goes away. The film is a joint effort, and all departments, you know, music department or whatever, lighting, makeup, costume, all of that, you know, is a joint effort to create the artwork, which is the film. So at least for me, I think the job of film composer is not gonna get replaced by AI, but it might change due to AI. You can also be paid when your music is used in film, which is called sync licensing, and that's when you produce tracks, you write music, you produce it, it gets put in a library, and whoever wants to can pick your music, and then you get some money. You can also get an upfront fee when your music enters the library. And I think this industry, which is huge by the way, this is probably gonna be disrupted. I don't think it's gonna die, but I think it might change. I don't know, I have not written sync music. I don't have any sync albums out there, but I can just imagine that it's gonna change, because that's probably what AI can do if what you're looking for is what AI is currently capable of doing. But it's important to remember that AI music will only be as good as the music it's trained on, which means that if you write really unique music, then you probably have a better chance to stand out. But when we are on the subject of money, let's remember that this is something completely new. AI is still a novelty, and the AI businesses also have economic issues, because they need to find a way to make their business models sustainable in the long run. People are hesitant to pay humans to do music. I don't see why they should be more willing to pay machines to do music. We are still in the early days, so time will only tell if they find sustainable ways to run their businesses. They need to run them at a profit in order to not go bankrupt. And of course, right now, a lot of people are probably signing up to the services to try them out. But will they keep their subscriptions in the long run? I don't have the answers. I just want to mention that there is an economic side for the AI businesses as well as us, you know, old school composers, musicians. Thirdly, I want to talk about the cultural impact, and this is where I actually have the most fear. I can see a really dystopian future where everybody just sits at home and they consume AI content that are tailored to them based on algorithm. And when we all consume different kind of art, media, entertainment, content, choose your word, I think we lose something really important. We lose the common points of reference. And you know, art is ultimately the collective memory of the experience of being human. And we, the artists, are contributing to that collective memory for others to take part of and understand more about what it is to be human. And this goes not only for like whatever high culture, you know, literature, but also, you know, TV shows and movie franchises. All of them has something important, I think, to say about the experience we all share. If we don't have this collective memory of the human experience, maybe we won't treat each other like humans anymore. And I think that's what I fear the most. The common points of reference disappearing, the, fabric that holds us together as humanity disappearing. Okay, that was a bit of a downer, sorry. Let's talk about AI as a tool. Up until this point, we have been talking about generative AI and, prompting. So what about using AI as a tool, as a composer? I have not used Suno or Udio myself. I mean, I have heard people, humming melodies, putting them into Suno and get back like a full production. And that's like skipping a very big step of the process of creating music, even if it's your musical idea. And me personally, I would feel a bit of a loss if that process disappeared. The process is as important as the actual result. It's what keeps me creatively stimulated. So I would be hesitant to use these tools in that fashion, because I really like to build my own ideas and develop them and experiment and restructure them. And the way these tools operate right now, you are not included in that process. I think the jury is out, and it will take some time before we find, the line, and we all have to kind of agree on it commonly. But I think there will be a line on what is acceptable use of AI and what is unacceptable use of AI as composers, as producers. So I think at this point, it's a good thing to at least keep an eye on it. I mean, I kind of want to follow the development and see where it goes, follow the discussions. If there were ever an AI tool that still lets you take the creative decisions, that would be something different. I don't know what I would think about it, but I know it's kind of different than, just humming your melodies and getting back full production. Well, these are my thoughts on AI. For the most part, I think we are fine for now. There are things to worry about. There are things to watch out for. Development is gonna come really fast. We need to be observant. We need to be thinking about these things. For me at least, I will keep an eye on them and at least try to understand what they do, why people want to use them when I personally don't. So let's keep the discussions going. If you are thinking anything right now about what I have said, then write a comment below. And please like this video so more people can find it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. And I will see you on the next one. Cheers.